Good morning, everybody. Sorry about the late report. But thank you guys for everything, for the support, and thank you for your comments. Um, just gonna just gonna zip to the report today. But pay attention at the pictures that I put in the morning. The moon today is gonna go back home. Okay. She's gonna go into Cancer. It's her home. And what is she's going to find? You're going to be finding a lot of things about abstracting, okay? And a lot of things she's going to be like thinking about, like, okay, is that what I know is actually is? The chaos is going to come in because the moon is going to be squaring the moon, the north node, Neptune. At that moment, it's going to be so much revisions. But with that is going to come in the clarity of what you have to get off of your chest, what do you have to remove from you, what do you have to let it go of this past, and what do you know about love, and where are you going to be heading with all this within you. It's kind of like a revisions. So, for example, if you have thinking about something that was, and you have this standards within yourself, those standards is going to be reviewed. It doesn't matter if they're positive, negative. Just stick to the truth within you, okay? So you can be able to understand the balancing in there because imbalance, it was created in this internal relationship within yourself that leads to external relationships with others. What are you going to be rejecting? What are you going to be accepting? Since the moon represents the feelings, all the feelings they're connecting within the intuition, because the intuition tells you how your feelings they are. Okay, guys, and be mindful today because things is gonna be rising up, but how you handle it is all about within this. And you're gonna find out that you have to be friends within your shadow so you can be able to see and determine it. What did you knew? Because this is the connections towards Neptune. It's about what you have to let it go in there. What is this is connecting with in the North Node? Where are you heading? And just Venus, just right now, she crossed in Aries, is about what is this new love that I have? What is that new love that exists? What it needs to be done? So be mindful, but check yourself out. Okay, maybe you have internal conflict that it's abstracting towards things and values that you knew that maybe they have to be changed, improved, grows up in there because you maybe know something, but that is not actually what it is. You maybe understand something, but not in a full. So don't overreact, okay? Because the moon is going to be triggered to these overreactions. Particularly, we are talking about these squares within the water signs. We are talking about these squares from the first degrees of Cancer towards the last degrees of Pisces. That is going to be that energy in there that is really is going to be triggering, particularly the feminine side. Okay, because we're talking about the moon. So look at this picture, but think within yourself, and don't create chaos, but see if within the chaos it is really a chaos, and see what the chaos maybe does, and ask for practical changes, okay? Practical improvements in there. All right, here is what it's cooking. This is what the chart is going to be looking at the 7 o'clock in the morning. Ascendant is going to be with Pluto's rising there. Pretty much the inner work is going to be with the philosophy point right there within Sag. You may be feeling like doing things at home. Is going to be like, okay, it's 7 o'clock. I woke up early. What should I do? I need to look at it to that growth. But the growth is opposing you, which is that is going to be a Jupiter. But Jupiter is okay with the ascendant. He's like, oh, that's things has to be in a proper way. Even though that in the first place maybe look like Now it's the time that certain things is not growing. What did I need to do? You need to reevaluate yourself, even in the business, even in the path of life. You need to, some days you need to just sit with yourself and think. Okay, and this is going to be very beautiful for what is going on today. All right. Okay. Next hour, that's gonna be at 8 o'clock. The midheaven is moving more further within a Sag. The ascendant is going into Pisces. That is gonna be giving us this energies towards the moon. The moon is currently also trining Lilith and Lilith trining Mercury with the sun. But that is energy is gonna be going on with this positions at some point. The ascendant is going to point out things that you have to look. That is this part of the duality in there. Is what did that I know is right, and that's what when you understand a certain things, particularly we are talking about the religion, but the religion doesn't really process is giving you a base for your spirituality, but the spirituality goes deeper because you feel something that you can't find. You understand energies that they're not described. You find things that it's out of ordinary, and then you have to look that what you do new is actually is because that's what is the awakening process that it's gonna be part of this. Well, when you find things and truths, what's happening? Everything is triggered. It's 9 o'clock. Chaos is all over the place. The moon right now, it sends the Neptune, the North Node, and Venus with the ascendant there rising up in there. And you're going to feel this energy of midheaven from Capricorn towards the moon. Capricorn is going to feel it. They feel it every time where the moon it's going out from Gemini going out towards Cancer. The moon it's about only 1 degree away from going into Cancer, going home. This is like the mother that left the boys and the father at home, and the mother comes back home and the house is upside down. What do you do? Oh, you expected that, right? But you would like everything to be in a perfection order when you come back, so you don't have to deal with it. But how are you gonna be reacting when you get home? Okay. Oh, you guys got a lot of fun. You had a less. How about right now? You guys have a fun. Clean it up instead of going out, screaming out, and so on. Instead of this and trying to get the things in, putting in the things in perspective as a positiveness. That is going to be start triggering as the moon is going to have the divine energies towards the moon. The moon is going to be getting that energy for transformations that's going to be coming in towards the intuitions. You to kind of like change this negativity in there for positivity because you will understand that if you're introducing negativity within the family, that's what's going to come out. Is the negativity is going to be good for you, for your kids, for your husband, but at the same time, that process of thinking is going to be start trigger. Okay, it's going to be start triggering in there. All right, the day goes. Midheaven is going to be opposing Mars. If you go with the negative energies in there, Mars is going to be reacting on those negative energies because that's what happened in the past. Be mindful about relationships situations in there, particularly every time we're at the moon, it's squaring Neptune and North Node. Some of the stuff are like lack of emotions, lack of intuition. It feels like you feel like empty, okay? But when you adding in Venus into that, that is beginning into triggers like there is no love within this. People don't do these things because they don't love me. You're gonna have all this, okay, negative situations when you need to look at it deeply within your shadow. How can you turn it to a positive within yourself? Okay, not every time, all the time, everything gonna be positive. Not everything all the time is gonna be negative. But you need to be have the abilities to convert the one to the others, and that's what a Pluto is gonna be asking you about it. He's going to be put you in a situations like this so it can be able to change, to transform. Okay, And this is lying within your own powers. And hopefully you're using it, that powers there. All right, 11 o'clock, the moon, it's officially moving into to Cancer. She's going to be at only 2 minutes away from going into Cancer between 11 and 12 o'clock. Ascendant is going to be with Jupiter, while the midheaven is with Pluto. Now that transformations inside of you is going to be giving you a power, a boost. That inner work, the midheaven, it's going to be sextiling Neptune, the North Node, and Venus. That is going to be giving you like visions from the soul. It's like, hey, you can be like this. You can approach the problems with love. You can approach it, the energies of creating a better future. You can look at it and leave these old ways out. You don't need them. Okay, you don't have to look within this, and particularly with this energy as a Jupiter rising, you're gonna be finding that your growth with this is gonna come in a very beautiful way. But you need to remember one thing: what you're putting in here, that's what is gonna come out. And if you're allowing the outside things reflecting the inside, you're under the control of something else, not within you, because you're allowing an outside interference in there to interfere with your internal self. You're the one in the control, okay? And currently, that control is coming from the sun and Mercury. What are you telling you? Self. All right, beautiful hour, because this time the midheaven with the sun and Mercury is going to begin to help you to telling you the right things from within yourself. Powerful energies is going to be trigger very beautiful energies of healing the old wounds. As I said, that revaluations is going to come in to help you. It's like, you know what, enough with these wounds, enough with these things. Maybe the things that I know is not right. Okay, maybe the things that I do is not okay. Maybe these things are in a certain positions. All right, it's all temporary. It's not all the time I have to get in there. But if it's all the time that things are getting there, what do you need to change so you can make a permanent changes? Okay, because we are talking about Venus and the Moon. There are right now within the first degrees of cardinal zodiac signs. When we have this squaring within the cardinal signs, that is the most triggers that are coming for cardinal changes. You may cardinal change within your own self. You may be cardinal changes of within a family, within the relationships with others, with the things that are related to work. Okay, we are talking about Aries, Cancer, Libra, and a Capricorn. So as the ascendant is rising up here at 12 o'clock, we're going to be seeing it at the next hour as the moon is going to be rising up. She is going to be looking at for a very, very powerful things, as she's right now in that very beautiful divine energies that are going to be going on with Pluto. Okay, because all of a sudden the new ideas, the new energies, they're going to rise up. You're going to be able to see it from within. This is when you get into the troubles, you stop for a moment, you're thinking about it, you meditate about it. If you're within the energies, you meditate, and all of a sudden the answer just comes in a totally new way that you did not expect. You may see some things inside of you that you had it wrong, because you see, the moon, when it squares Venus, is about her perception about love. When a Venus is squaring back within the gravity, squaring back into to the moon, what is it the love thinking about with that intuition? Okay, so this trigger today is the feminine energies. In there is gonna come in. If you're masculine, you also have this feminine energies. They're telling you what it's supposed to be and what it needs to be. So you may gonna have some challenges, as well as the Mars has some huge challenges with Chiron. All right, talking about Mars. We've been talking about this guy. If you do your work, God bless your soul. We're very happy with this, but this beautiful energy right now with the Sun and Mercury, that is a renovations. Renovate yourself, and powerful moments of this awakening processes are coming in right now. that this is giving you this boost. Okay, so the moon is in divine energies with Pluto, which is personal informations with the transformations in there within what? In Aquarius. And Mars, who is at the family, he is looking at with divine energies with the sun and Mercury within Aquarius. So we are moving, okay? But you need to look inside of yourself about what the processes has to be, what do you have to let it go, okay? All right. Day goes by, 3 o'clock afternoon. Midheaven's going to be with Venus. Venus is going to be looking at the end what's going to happen with the family. And here is a that other aspect that it's trine between the cardinal signs. That is it. One of the one, it's in the beginning of zodiac sign, and the other one, it's at the end. Venus is going to look at it for the proper family. So you might be going to look at it. What they're thinking about the family? Okay, is everything has to be the way it's supposed to be? That is, everything has to be no, it doesn't. But everything has to flow with the proper love within the family. Okay, the kids maybe go out and play in the mud. Are you too restrictive to allow them to experience this happiness of playing in the mud? Because then you have to clean them. You see, because your own limitations affect limitations of the others. So you see, those kind of like things in there, there's gonna be rising and popped it up within as Venus is looking at the visions, how to truly develop myself. Very powerful moments because some of those things that are gonna be happening right now. This month we're gonna be revising because next month Venus is gonna get right, and you're gonna be making those mistakes right now. Let me tell you, the mistakes is nothing wrong with that. You're human, you're allowed to make mistakes, but when you're revising the mistakes, you change yourself and you fix them and you fix your life. Okay, but that also including internal forgiveness from within yourself. So that is going to be come out and trigger as well. All right, yeah, triggers, right? Midheaven is with Chiron squaring Mars. What is your perceptions about the masculine energies and what the masculine energies has been? I know it's been very heavy lately about this process, okay, but the things is going to be start moving great as you see these divine inspirations that's coming right now from Aquarius, particularly within the authority with this I self in there. To you are going to be able to resolve it, okay? Because sometimes you're going to be able to see and using certain situations for your, particularly from the wounds. Well, if you're using the wounds, you not grow. But if you're healing the wounds, you grow. This is going to be that positions that right now it's coming with this because the midheaven right here, it's right now problems with Mars, right? But here is what you seek. You should seek that authority of telling yourself in there that there is nothing more powerful of you telling, I know, I see what I am, I accept what it currently I am, but I can change. You see, the only people who doesn't change is the one that they say, I cannot change. I cannot do this. I cannot get in this. Well, the situations is challenging you to change, you to grow, you to transform. That is the part of that energy of Aquarius that is going to be putting you like, you got no choice. You need to change. Stop doing this because if you're acting on the old, there is nothing new is going to come up. All right. Ascendant is going to be at Leo, triggering that authority. Of course, the self is going to be seeing itself with the rebellious self. And sometimes when you rebel, what do? Are you crazy? What have you been thinking? What are you going to know about it? What is the situations will be, right? But if you see that that energy can help you to go, it's like, you know what? I know what I'm doing. I'm going to heal myself. As you see this ascendant is going into a Chiron, and from Chiron going to the sun and Mercury. Hopefully, you change yourself. All right, but the mid heaven is going to be a Taurus. Material situations and have not been changed. You see, sometimes you need to understand that at the current moment of positions within yourself, if you're always thinking about the money and the problems that you have with money, the problems comes in. But if you change your perceptions about this, here is that perception, so you can see how this works. The midheaven is sextiling the moon, and the moon gives the divine energies here to Pluto. But if you're not changing, not transform, these direct connections, this squaring towards Pluto, you're not going to be changing within the new ways of Aquarius. So you're like, okay, I see what it is. I see what's going to happen. I'm observing, I'm monitoring, I'm changing myself, and now I changed. So it's the results who changed. And if you're seeing it within this results, you're going to be seeing it much more different about this position, because in the next hour, that change is going to be requiring courage. As the midheaven in Uranus is coming in, which is they are squaring the Sun and Mercury, which is this is going to be leading to unpredictability with oneself, particularly communications. Particularly, what are you talking about? You can go from the positive and negative in a millisecond, not in a second, a millisecond, because your process of thinking gets more faster to some of you, the fastest computer built in. Okay, so this kind of like a moment in there, it is about the wisdom. That is going to be this sextile with Saturn, that sextile with Mars, the courage, the strength, the power that is it within you. And then if you're going with these divine energies towards the authority in internal communications, oh, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to be changing this unstoppable. And as the ascendant goes into Virgo, we see these divine energies that it's coming from the North Node, Neptune, Venus, and Pluto. But they're connecting with the moon, right? You're changing your perceptions, you're changing your view, you're changing your things, because the things that you know, maybe they're not right. Maybe they are programming of limitations of other people. And this is why the moon has to be very strong and powerful. And where she is strong and powerful? At home. When you are home within your own self, that right there. But if you had that interference of the old, of the interference of what it's supposed to be, how to be, and so on and so on, if you put this standards, be mindful about those standards, because those standards, they may be, over the board. You need to look at it for the medium line, because that way there is a balance. You lay down the ground base for balance, because every time one of the things are in balance, you're going to be having issues. Okay, and this is why the moon, when it's in a Cancer, she also look at it for the balance in the family, because that's what she is. That is the mother that makes the balance of the family. All right. Beautiful times, people. Beautiful times, guys. All right. 7 o'clock, ascendant is going into Virgo. Yeah. Challenges with the growth right now. Yes, because the midheaven, it's squaring Jupiter. Uh, this kind of like energy can be trigger some moments, particularly if you haven't learned things, because the ascendant is opposing Saturn. Saturn is the wisdom. Okay, that secret teacher that's teaching you, that spirit, that soul, that magic. Okay, now it's in Pisces. What is it changing? Where is the Saturn right now? Saturn right now is in your subconscious in there. And he has been sitting in there in your subconscious, and just triggers things inside of you. Those are kind of like a thinking forms energies inside of you that all of a sudden they're popping up within your consciousness. It's like, what about if I do this? What about if I'm not right? What about if I have to look more wise? What about if I got, all these evaluations? Where do you think it's coming from? That it's something that it's buried deep from within you. It's the power of Saturn. Okay? People who have a Saturn in the 12th house, oh my God, you're naturally born to see this. You're operating with this. Okay? Because that's what Saturn represents, the 12th zodiac sign, Pisces. So naturally born psychics. But if you're not used to this energy, you know, this energy comes in and become like psychic, and you're like, what the heck happened to me? Welcome, you wake up. All right. That 8 o'clock energy is gonna comes out again, but this time we have this divine energies from the Sun and Mercury and a Chiron. You see, the previous hours we had Pluto, Neptune, and Venus divine energies. Now we have Chiron and the Sun. What are you? How are you gonna organize yourself? Because Virgo is organization. Your organization skills, your physical ways, your material possessions, how this is operating. Okay, and here is how you're going to be learning to turn the chaos to an order. But look at it, if the order doesn't create too much chaos, right? So with this kind of like a changes, we're talking about Virgo Pisces situations, you're going to be able to see things. There is some other things you have to be balanced. Too much order, it's a chaos. Too much clutter, too much stuff, too much situations, it's not an order. But if it's something in between, because they go move and back, here is your order. Okay? All right? It's called organized chaos. But that's how the universe works. Okay? Because otherwise, it's too much. Yeah, it's gonna be too much because it shows up there is a lack of balance. You're gonna be triggered on that. Ascendant, there is a Libra is gonna be squaring the moon. It's gonna be opposing Venus, North Node, and Neptune. You're gonna be, but you know, all this is gonna be brewing. It's just, yeah, there is no balance. Oh, the day told you earlier. The day told you earlier. You have to go down to go up. All right. If you remember what the midheaven was with Venus, what is it told you? It's told you to go to Pluto. And now the ascendant has to be calmed down. Okay? Because in the Libra, when the one thing is here, what do you have to put? You have to put some more weight on this side so you can create balance. And that's where you can't go down. You gotta put more weight on the other side that it's not balanced. And when you have negative things, you need to put more positive, and there is a balance in there. But don't put more things where other things are balanced, so you put the negative side. You see, this is what Libra is about, balancing. Okay, if you're not balancing yourself, guess what? You have internal wars within yourself, and that internal wars turning where? To everything around you. And if you have internal wars within yourself, your areas, where is it you putting in that wars first? Family, mother, people, attentions, love. And then it's like, oh, but I don't have the relationship, which is Libra. You see, to these positions, to those cardinal triggers, as that energy is gonna come, it is gonna asking you about mature, which is areas, understand families, and then understand balance. Okay, those three things. All right, but if you're Capricorn, you're gonna feel that energies as well. How you are gonna be doing it. You can think about all those processes. How you gonna be doing it is a whole another thing. You can think positive. You can get things, but when your emotions are negative, all of a sudden you're doing negative things because you're reacting on the emotions. Controlling the emotions, you're controlling the energy. Controlling the energies, you're controlling the vibes. Controlling the vibes, you're controlling the outcome by the magnetic field. Hopefully you get it. That's how the Asto-Gravitational energies is working. From within you isn't everything, all right? Be patient with yourself. If you haven't learned patience, all this time is going to be learning patience because midheaven is with Mars. But that is going to be working and boosting your courage. Hopefully you do that within yourself. Ascendant is going to be with the true Lilith as the day coming pretty much together again. Because the true Lilith is moving around. It's like Well, the mean Lilith is pretty much stationary. She stays and moves very slow in there. But with these energies in there, you're going to find in the growth. That growth is going to be really the one that you need. You might don't like it. You may don't want it. You may don't feel like it. But it's what you need. It's a whole another story. And if you're understanding the needs that it's going to be covered, is very beautiful. The moon is going to be having only the squaring right now. You're going to be feeling low and emotional level unless you're digging deep into your transformation. Okay, you're digging into that deep transformations. This processes is going to be much more easier for you. As you see it right now, the moon is at the 6 degrees of that's 11 o'clock at night. That's pretty much people going really to sleep. That square with Neptune, the North Node, and the Moon, you're gonna be feel like you're going with these negative energies. Don't go with that negative energies, even though that it's around you. Thinking about how to change positive, how to maintain that balance. And this is what Uranus is gonna be giving you a message. This is what the Sun and Mercury is gonna be. I'm gonna be get up in the morning and I can change. And that's how you should thinking about it without things in there. Otherwise, the midheaven that is going to be at Leo, that it's at 2 degrees, it is opposing 2 degrees Pluto. You're going to be failed to change because everything gets chaos and you're freaking out. Well, you're supposed to be take a look at your challenges, take a look at your situations, take a look at your ability of wisdom, take a look at it. What emotions can you see? Take a look at it within the chaos. Take a look at it within your standards. You're the one who made the peace first from within, and then that peace is going to travel to others. So that way, you're helping others transform. Welcome to the magic of Age of Aquarius, guys. All right, that's all I have for you. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for the late report, but sometimes, things are the way it's supposed to be. Okay? Be love, and I will see you later on.